Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we living. Yesterday on CBS Sports, Pete Prisco listed his top 100 NFL players of 2022. So I thought we could get into it, take a look at it. But rather than look at it from 1 to 100 or 100 to 1, I figured we'd go position by position and see who he placed in his top 100. So let's get started. First with the quarterbacks. He listed 12 in his top 100, led by Aaron Rodgers. So in parentheses is their overall rank. So he had Aaron Rodgers as the second best player of 2022. As you see, four of the top six, Rodgers, Mahomes, Allen, and Brady, are in the top six of his top 100. Deshaun Watson, he has 11th. Let's see if he even plays this season. 10 guys in the top 50. Justin Herbert, 5th at 20th overall. Let's move on to the running backs. He had 7 in his top 100, led by Derrick Henry. That's tough. I mean, going into last year, Derrick Henry was definitely pretty much universally seen as the best running back. He got hurt. Jonathan Taylor absolutely took off, or I think a lot of people may consider Jonathan Taylor the best running back in the NFL right now. Alvin Kamara had a bit of a down 2021. Kind of surprised he's that far ahead of someone like Austin Eckler. If we move on to wide receivers, which was the position that had the most players. So this is 8, but there's actually 16. I'll show the other 8. Cooper Kupp leading the way at 5th overall. 5 guys in the top 18. Adams, Jefferson, Hill, and Chase also made it. I wouldn't put Deebo Samuel ahead of Stephon Diggs, and he had him 9 spots ahead. Although Deebo Samuel is a beast, don't get me wrong. Here's 9 through 16. Happy to put DJ Moore. I always see DJ Moore as one of the more underrated wide receivers in the game, consistently putting up over 1,000 yards despite not stellar quarterback play. Let's move on to the tight ends. He only had 5, led by George Kittle. I don't know if the general public sees George Kittle as the best tight end in the NFL. He's had his injury woes. Don't get me wrong. He is superb, and overall he might be the best, but those injury problems may have me put Kelsey over him, and Mark Andrews I think should be closer to those two guys. Move on to offensive tackles. He listed 7. Trent Williams, the only guy to make the top 27 at offensive tackles. Terran Armstead, I think, would have been pretty close to Trent Williams if he also hasn't had his injury problems throughout the years. Tristan Wirfs, excellent protection for Tom Brady. Rashawn Slater, coming off a superb rookie season. If we go with guards and centers, he had 4 guards and 2 centers on the list. Zach Martin, continuously one of the best offensive linemen in the game. Creed Humphrey, fabulous rookie season last year for the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's move to the defensive side of the ball. 11 defensive ends. These aren't including some of the edge rushers at outside linebacker. They're listed at linebackers. So Myles Garrett, the one guy in the top 10. Chandler Jones, excellent player, don't get me wrong, but last season I believe he had 10.5 sacks and 5 of them came in one game. Chase Young, kind of a disappointing 2021, but if you look at his potential, definitely should be in the top 100. Defensive tackles only at 5. Aaron Donald, though, is his top ranked player. Just got that huge extension to remain with the Los Angeles Rams. There had been retirement rumors that will not be the case. Now let's get to the linebackers. 13 overall, led by TJ Watt, who tied Michael Strahan this past year with 21 and a half sacks in a season. Von Miller, I'm not sure he should be that high, although I do think it was a great pickup by the Bills, who have been so close to being a Super Bowl team each of the past 2 years. Of course, Khalil Mack is now on the Los Angeles Chargers. He's ranked 43rd. Bobby Wagner is in the rear of these linebackers. He is now on the Los Angeles Rams, reigning Super Bowl champions. Let's look at the cornerbacks. He had 7 make his top 100, led by Jalen Ramsey of the Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams. J.C. Jackson got that huge deal to join the Los Angeles Chargers. Trayvon Diggs had a ton of interceptions. Isn't the best coverage corner yet, though, in the league. And let's end with the safeties. He had 10 overall, although none were in his top 48. Antoine Winfield Jr. of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers leads the way. The 2 Buffalo Bills safeties, stellar performers, Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer, ranked 52nd and 78th respectively. Minkah Fitzpatrick recently became the highest paid safety in NFL history. He barely made the list, though, at 97th. So there are the 100 guys who made his top 100. What do you think? Do you agree that Aaron Donald is currently the best player in the NFL heading into the 2022 season? Would you have Aaron Rodgers as your top-ranked quarterback? I personally would have probably put Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes ahead of him. I get Aaron Rodgers is the 2-time reigning MVP, but once it comes to the postseason, he has not performed at the level that Mahomes and Allen have. So who are some of the biggest snubs, guys who didn't make the top 100? I would say the biggest surprise to me was Christian McCaffrey not making it. I understand he's had 2 straight injury-riddled seasons, but, I mean, the guy was probably seen as the best running back in the NFL prior to those 2 seasons. I probably would have put him on the top 100, maybe towards the bottom, but a couple wide receivers. Terry McLaurin, I mean, much like DJ Moore, consistently puts up over 1,000 yards receiving despite not having good quarterback play at all. I mean, Carson Wentz isn't exactly anything to write home about, but that's still going to be McLaurin's best quarterback he has had while with the now known as Washington Commanders. I think Allen Robinson had a down 2021, but I think he'll rebound and maybe could have made the rear of this list. And someone like Tre'Davious White, I understand he got hurt at the end of the last year, didn't play in the postseason, but to me, he's a top 3 or 4 cornerback in the league. I think he should have been on here too. But who are some of your biggest snubs? What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Got a lot of things coming. Have NBA Mount Rushmore series beginning maybe tomorrow. Planning on doing it as soon as the finals end. So if Golden State wins tonight, the NBA finals are over. You can check out my previous NFL and MLB Mount Rushmore videos. I have them in playlists. Like this video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.